Hi Taurus, welcome to your reading, and this is a reading for Taurus Sun, Moon and Rising for May 2021. And this is a general reading, so take as it resonates, and if it doesn't resonate with you, feel free to check your other placements here as well. So Taurus, I already have your cards here in the pre-shuffle, and we can start. And Taurus, I usually do the card that represents you and the card that represents your environment, but this month I'm doing things a little bit different. So we are having the card that represents you and the card that represents your shadow self, your shadow side actually, which is something that is going on that is playing a part in it, but that you're not really acknowledging. So we are gonna open them up. Okay, so you open up as the Hermit, and as the shadow side here, we have the Messenger of Air. Okay, that's so that's very ironic. That's a very ironic combination because the Hermit, he is extremely introspective. Okay, so the Hermit, he wants to stay in his cabin in the mountains, not have much contact with the outside. It's just him with himself. There are things inside of himself that he needs to work on, and he can do it by himself. It's a card of Virgo. And Virgo is this very self-reliant sign. It's the Virgin. And for instance, when we have Venus in Virgo, this is a very self-reliant Venus. This is a Venus that only needs itself. It's self-contained. She doesn't need anyone else. Okay? So with the Hermit, it's like everything you need is within yourself, and it's time to connect with the self. But the Messenger of Air here tells me that what you're not acknowledging is that there is so much that needs to be said. There are messages here that are not being spoken. The Messenger of Air symbolizes this huge need of communicating, of expressing yourself, of verbalizing things, of passing the message ahead. But since it's on the shadow side, it's not being seen, it's being ignored because you are in the Hermit mode. You don't want to talk. You don't want to connect. You don't want to express yourself. You want to stay inside that very self-contained energy. But we'll see when we open your cards where this Messenger of Air is going to lead us to. Because this is for me a blocked throat chakra. There's just so much that needs to be said here. But the throat chakra is blocked, is closed off. So let's see your cards. And we have here him again, the Page of Swords, which is the Messenger of Air in the Good Tarot. So these are the same. Actually, I'm mistaken. The Messenger of Air is the Knight of Air. But he is embodying this very communicative energy here. So indeed, there's something here that needs to be said. But the Page of Swords doesn't say it. He just stands awaiting for the perfect moment. Do you see how he's standing on top of the hill with his sword up and he's on guard? He's just waiting for the opportunity to strike. It's like he's waiting and waiting. And that's also why we usually say that this card is the card of the spy. I'm not seeing this as an outside energy. I'm seeing this as yourself. I don't think that this is someone spying on you. I know that most tarot readers here on YouTube, and I also read the Page of Swords like that sometimes, as someone spying on you, as someone checking up on you and observing your every move. But here I'm seeing this as you, Taurus. I'm seeing it here as you standing on top of this hill with a sword in your hands, just waiting for the moment to strike, but staying there. Like very tense, not taking initiative, but you're gonna strike when the moment comes up. But as I said, what is lingering on the inside is this increased need to talk, words that need to be said with the Messenger of Air. Ten of Pentacles in the reverse and the Hierophant in the reverse. Interesting. Well, let's keep on opening. The Nine of Pentacles. Okay, that's nice. The King of Pentacles. And the Hermit again, see, you're showing up here again. The Six of Swords in the reverse. The Nine of Wands and the Temperance in the reverse. Okay. I'm gonna say that this is the reading of potentials, of what could be. You know, when we face a relationship that is not working up, like everything keeps going on wrong, but we think like in the paper it should be working, there's so much potential, but then that potential never realizes. I'm seeing this reading as the reading of potentials. There's so much potential here in the middle, and then it's not realizing on the top, it's not realizing on the bottom, but there is the potential. So there's definitely here something that you can work on. So let's go by parts. So opening up, there is that need to communicate. There is that loud car. I'm sorry for that. Loud car on the street. So as I said, there is that increased need to communicate, but at the same time not doing so, just standing on your ground and just watching from a distance and waiting for the right opportunity to strike, which is never coming. And look at where this is leading. This is leading to the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse and the Hierophant in the reverse. And I just talked about this with Aries, and I told Aries that I actually usually really like the Hierophant, and when the Hierophant comes in the reverse, I usually read him as you being ready to be your own guru, your own connection with the divine. But actually here for you, I'm reading this Hierophant in the reverse completely differently. For some reason, I'm not liking the Hierophant coming up, either for you or for Aries. Because here the Hierophant, he is a card of Taurus. Okay, so he is your card, but it's coming down in the reverse. So you're out of your element here. And that's why I don't like him for you. And it's coming right after the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is a card of stability, of accomplishment. And when it's coming in the reverse, it's like, you know, when you're about to grasp it, about to grab it, and it's just fading away in your hands, like just in your fingers, you can almost grab it and then it just fades away. And it's leading to instability. Something here is not stable enough to sustain itself. And maybe that's exactly why you're standing on the fence here with the Page of Swords, observing it, waiting to strike. But also, look how the Page of Swords has his back turned to that Ten of Pentacles and to the Hierophant in the reverse. It's like the stability that you expected here is crumbling, and you're not seeing it because you are putting so much mental focus on something or someone else here, which is on the other side, that you're neglecting whatever is coming down, crumbling here. And Taurus, what makes me worried about this in here, and I was thinking about it before when I was shuffling your cards, I was thinking about it. Because the thing is, I remember, Taurus, that you are one of the zodiacs that almost every month I have a very bad reading for you. I haven't had a good reading for you in a long time, I think. It's always a tough reading. And it makes sense because Uranus is transiting through your zodiac. So Uranus is shaking the structures. If you have your ascendant there, it's going to shake how you present the world, how you see the world, how you filter information. That veil that separates you from reality, that is being shaken up and reconstructed by Uranus. If you have your sun, then it's your ego expression, it's who you are. If it's your moon, then it's your sense of security, your sense of stability. So this is all being shaken up with Uranus transiting your zodiac right now. But the problem is for me that there is something here that is being shaken up. There is something here that is crumbling. And you're putting so much mental energy in something else. Like this, he's looking somewhere else. I keep seeing this. My guides keep calling my attention to this, that he's looking at the other direction. And then what I feel is that you think you're so prepared. You are holding your sword, you're waiting to strike, you're just waiting for the opportunity, but you're not seeing that there's something here way more important that deserves your attention, that is crumbling down and that you are neglecting. But then we go back to what I said about this is a reading of potential, because there is a lot of potential for me in this middle row here. And this is something that I love. Okay, first we have the King of Pentacles right in the middle of the reading. And the King of Pentacles is also for me a card that represents you. This is also a card of Capricorn. But for me, this is a king, especially Taurus and Capricorn, because the Queen of Pentacles, I associate her more with Virgo. But the King of Pentacles for me is strongly Capricorn and Taurus. So your true form, that form that is completely accomplished, that is secure, that is stable, I'm sorry, that is secure, that is stable, that is grounded, it's here in the middle of the reading. It's screaming to you that you can do this. And with the Nine of Pentacles here, you can be your own king, your own queen. You don't need anyone. And that's why I feel like this Page of Swords looking outwards here feels like such a waste of good energy. And this will not resonate for all of you, so take this as resonates. But I think that for most of you, this Page of Swords looking outwards, it's you looking at someone else. It's you observing what someone else is doing. But you need to turn your vision inside. Look at what you are doing. Look at who you are, at what you are accomplishing, what you want. Because the Nine of Pentacles here show me that you don't need anyone. You don't need to put energy, either mental or physical energy, into anyone else. You definitely don't need to spy on anyone else with the Page of Swords here. Because there's a lot of potential for yourself. Yourself by yourself. With the kingdom that you are building yourself. And this is the process of building your kingdom, I see here. You start as the Nine of Pentacles, but you move up to the King of Pentacles. So you are building the kingdom. You are building your legacy. But this will only come through true, honest introspection. This will only come from you really acknowledging yourself, who you are, your patterns, what you need to change, what you need to fertilize, what you need to cherish. It will only come with wisdom. And you are in that wisdom energy because you do open up as the Hermit here. So you have all the potential for that self-awareness. But you need to accept it. You need to embrace it. And as I said, speak your truth as well. Because there is that huge need to communicate. Don't just watch from a distance. Don't just spy from a distance. Embrace your need to communicate here with this messenger of air. And then we close up. I feel this last row here not as a prediction, but as a warning. I feel this is a warning from your guides. So they are telling you this is everything you can become. If you put up the work, if you really accept yourself, who you are, and have some self-awareness, this is who you can be. But be careful not to delay this process, because this for me is a delay in the process, okay? The Six of Swords wants to move forward, wants to reach those new shores, wants to leave the storm behind. And it's the same with the Temperance. The Temperance wants healing, it wants flow, it wants things to move on, and wants the past to be in the past for the new to come. But with both of them in the reverse. And then being sandwiched with the Nine of Wands here right in the middle of them. There is still fear. There's fear to allow a cycle to come to an end. There is fear to move on and leave things behind, truly behind. Be this someone else, be this a relationship that you left maybe in the past and you're still spying on that person. And by doing that, neglecting what you can really accomplish in your life here. For some of you, it can be that. Okay, or this, if this is talking about yourself, this can just be patterns, behaviors in yourself that you are neglecting by putting too much energy in other things, in other people, in other situations, and being too afraid of taking a deep good look within yourself. But as I said, this is just delaying the process. This is just delaying a process here that needs to happen. So it's time to really truly embrace that Hermit energy, which I really believe you will do, since we are opening up the reading here with the Hermit representing you, Taurus. Okay, Taurus, so let's get some oracle cards just to close off your reading here. Beautiful. We got the card Blessed. So really beautiful. As I said, there's a lot of potential here, and also with the card Blessed, I see a lot of spiritual protection as well to go through this process. Whatever needs to be left here in the past with the Temperance and the Six of Swords, you are being blessed in that process to leave it behind, to allow things to flow through you. And then we have Mutable Moon. Nothing is yet set in stone. Say that to Taurus. I think that this is a very hard energy for Taurus to embrace, because you are the most fixed of all fixed signs. You are fixed Earth. So let's talk about stubbornness. Let's talk about not wanting to change, right? But Mutable Moon is actually being completely emotionally comfortable with change, with endings and beginnings, is true detachment. So this is a characteristic here that you need to learn how to embrace, and especially with Messenger of Air, in the shadow side. Air is the most free of all energies, air and fire, but air just flows anywhere. So it's important to not hold on to things so tightly. It's important to allow yourself to be comfortable with the uncomfortable. And I know this is very cliche, but that's exactly what is coming to my mind. It's that learning of being comfortable with the uncomfortable, which is really hard for Taurus, but very necessary here if you want to truly succeed with this King of Pentacles. And let's get one last card for you. Mary Magdalene, Unconditional Love. Love yourself, others, and every situation, no matter what the outward appearances may be. And especially love yourself. Remember that I was saying before about the Hermit and that need for truly seeing who you are with total acceptance. When we are too afraid of seeing our flaws, actually that just points to a lack of confidence. When we are too defensive to see our flaws, we are just lacking in confidence a lot. Because it's important for us to be confident, even about being insecure. That's part of loving ourselves. So love yourself unconditionally, enough to be able to accept your flaws, so that you can transmute them with a Temperance card, with that Six of Swords. Okay, Taurus? Which is something that I know you can do, because Taurus is the card, is the archetype of self-love, of self-care. Is the Empress. The Empress is a card of Taurus, Venus in Taurus. Okay, so it's important that cherish yourself, love yourself for everything that you are, the good and the bad. Okay, and loving the bad is not being stubborn about the bad. Loving the bad is just accepting where you are at and knowing that you can change. Okay, Taurus? So that's all I have for you, and I hope you enjoyed. And if you like your reading, don't forget to like and subscribe down below. When you give a thumbs up to this reading, to a video, it really helps YouTube to show the video to more people, and then the channel gains more visibility. Okay, Taurus? So I'll see you next month. Take care and bye-bye.